Post-game press conference in the Rogers Western Conference Championship Series. Erie Otters head coach Kris Knoblauch and goaltender Devin. Coach, it all starts with one. Must have felt nice to get the win tonight.
It certainly does, and the way it started, I wasn't sure we were going to get it, but it showed a lot of character from our players. Down one, we're down 3-0 in the series, and they score one immediately like that. It can be pretty tough, but they stuck with it and played very hard, and yeah, I think we're having a positive meeting here on our side anyways, and I think a lot of that had to do with our goaltending tonight.
Speaking of goaltending, Devin, just to talk about your performance and of course the effort from the guys tonight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the team stepped up big tonight, being down 3-0 in the series, early goal, once again, got to kind of cut back on those, but the guys rallied back, and without them in front of me, I wouldn't be able to perform the way I did. So credit to them for what they did.
Great. Questions, guys?
All right. Kris, talk about obviously your top line. Struggled the first 3 games, but certainly came out like gangbusters tonight. Did it seem like the same old number one line again?
Yeah, that's kind of reminded me of what I've seen most of the season, and I just thought they drove the nets. They didn't play on the perimeter. They made good decisions. Certain plays, like at the end of the game, Fox holding that puck at the blue line for a second to spring Brown. Brown, I remember making a toe drag around a guy where, I don't know, he just had the jitters and didn't make those plays. But tonight they played a lot of confidence, and they played hard. So they play like that, they'll have success.
Devin, 2-part question. First of all, Coach made no bones about it last night that he was going to go with you again tonight. What did that mean to you? And secondly, when you gave up the early goal and they came back and got you a 2-goal lead, what did that do for you from a psyche standpoint?
Okay, for your first part, obviously, it's huge confidence when, obviously your coach and your team has your back like that. Obviously, yesterday wasn't, my night, but, today, obviously I stepped up, and, I thought I made some big saves for the team. But then for your second part, when you let in a goal like that early, it can be demoralizing to your team. But when they can step up like that and they can get 2 for me, and then I can make some big saves for them, it's easier to get a win that way. But all in all, the guys played great tonight.
Coach, talk a little bit about Connor Brown after last night's game talked about just focusing on one thing, getting it back to Guelph. You've done that. What do you focus on next? In this step-by-step, trying to get back to a Game 7 and win this thing.
Just what Connor had said the night before. Get it back here. Just play hockey. I think maybe we were complicating things too much, and maybe that was my fault. Players maybe putting themselves too much pressure on them because we're playing such a good team. But tonight I think there was nothing to lose, and they just played hard. And also we have to expect Guelph to have a much better game tomorrow night because sometimes that 4th game when you're up 3-0, you take shortcuts. I know of my teams that I've had in that situation sometimes aren't my best team's performances. So I'm sure that we'll have to be prepared and play even better for Guelph.
Kris, on both sides of the ice tonight, you guys seem like you had your confidence back. You were back in your comfort zone. Do you know what the reasoning was behind that? Do you agree with that? And if so, do you know what the reasoning was behind it?
I think maybe there's nothing to lose. You're down 3-0 in the series, and what you're doing isn't working. They just relaxed and played because things couldn't get any worse. So whenever their face backs up against the wall, they just played, and they kept it simple. So other than that, I don't have any other reasons.
Devin, I know you guys changed your morning routine up a little today. Was there a reasoning behind that, and what did that do for you guys?
Morning routine? What do you mean?
Did you guys have a players-only meeting this morning?
Yeah, we did. It was just we talked about backs up against the wall, and we have nothing to lose here. Obviously, being down 3-0 in the series, taking one on home ice is huge for us. but yeah, you know, it was a good meeting that we had, and obviously, you know, rallied us tonight.
And then finally, Devin, Connor Brown had another year tonight. How much do you guys? He's like the older brother on this team. It seems like. How much do you guys feed off of him when you see him flying around like that?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, he's the guy who steps it up, and you know, takes the bull by the horn on this team. You know, even when we're down the goal, like you said, he kicks it into a higher level next year. And obviously, it's easier to feed off a guy, you know, who you know, really takes the bull by the horns, and you know, says he's gonna, you know, take it to another level. And you know, it's we did a good job of rallying off him tonight as a team, and you know, credit to him for, you know, getting the ball rolling. So.
Game 5 is Friday night in Guelph. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.